Hey, it's JP with Central Idaho Mountain Weather. It's January 2nd, 2024. Nice sunrise over Boulder Peak the other day on the last day of the year. Today we were looking at dry, mostly sunny skies, highs in the upper 30s. There's an upper level ridge with southwest winds. We're still in the split flow right now, but it's more like a ridge overhead. Um, with pattern above and below us. And tomorrow, going to have isolated snow showers, nothing more uh, than a half inch in the mountains, and that's mostly for tomorrow night. During the day, we're looking like maybe a trace in the mountains, and that would be the high end. And the highs are going to be in the mid 30s, getting a little cooler, starting the cooling trend. And an upper level low is making its way from the Pacific coast, but then it will drop to the south and turn into split flow. And so we will have southeast winds tomorrow. And active weather patterns still ahead for the weekends, but the models aren't really total agreement. It could split and go south again, but there is even another storm for Monday, Tuesday that's looking nice and juicy. All right, looking at the satellite this morning, you can see that area of low pressure that's moving into the area, and that's going to drop to the south in the next coming days. Looking at 500 millibar here, you can see we're ridging today with that upside down U, and then that trough is starting to make its way across and really show up as an upper level low pressure. So not extending all the way through the atmosphere and being super potent, and not being it's more being a smaller system. All right, let's skip ahead to the herd forecast. Pull that up for you. So that front's coming through and not going to really make its way into our area till tomorrow late afternoon, right before sunset. We'll start seeing some really isolated light snow showers. But if you look at the NAM for tomorrow, you can see that there is this potential of really light snow showers coming through at the beginning of the day, and then it gets a little bit heavier as it comes in towards sunset. So we'll have to see what happens. Just looking for Wednesday, so the snow forecast isn't really showing much. If you do click on the high end, we'll see a trace of snow. That's that one little quick hit, light band of moisture. And looking ahead for Wednesday night, looking at less than half of an inch. Some areas not even getting snow. And if we look at the high end of that, it's looking like more of a half of an inch. So not too much coming out of that storm. Really looking for this upcoming weekend, where our pattern is still looking above normal for precip for the 6 to 10 day, and then again for the 8 to 14 day. So looking good for more active weather, and temperatures are going to be on the cooler side, which is good. Okay, looking at the Euro forecast, put this into motion. You can see this upper level low sneaking in, and that's going to bring us a brief period of some of that moisture before it drops down to the south and becomes split flow again. And then Friday, there's going to be this little short wave of energy that's going to be ahead of the main system. That's going to bring in some snow. The Euro is actually looking more potent than the GFS. This is looking like a pretty big trough system on the Euro, and that drops all the way down, pretty much down towards Mexico. So that's going to usher in some cooler air for us overhead and not too much storm activity. But then Monday, Tuesday, we kind of have this northwest flow as that big trough starts to exit to the east, and that is looking like it could be some pretty good amounts of snow in the mountains. Looking over at the GFS now. It's the upper level low today, tomorrow, giving us that little short wave of moisture, nothing crazy. And that's going to go down to the south and split off like the previous systems have been doing. And then we'll keep an eye out for that short wave to come through right here on Friday. And then it's actually showing a brief ridge of good weather. Probably not great weather, but no precip happening. And then you can see this is more of an upper level low that develops where the euro wasn't showing that. So a little bit stronger of a system, but unfortunately this is moving to our south a lot quicker than the euro was. So that's decreasing snow amounts from what we're seeing for the weekend. And then we have this big trough set up, similar to the euro, with this strong northwest flow as it exits to the east. So that's kind of the next big juicy thing to look at. We'll just look at a couple of the NAM models. This is for the Soldier Mountains. You can see this first little wave of moisture on Friday, and the second one coming through on Saturday, looking at 0.3 of an inch, maybe upwards of 7 inches. And then the next one coming through, about same amount of moisture, but a little bit more snowfall. Actually, probably about the same here in the Soldiers. As we get further north, that's going to enhance. Baldy's not looking like it's going to get a ton, but looks like could get upwards of 5 inches by Sunday afternoon with just 1/10 of an inch of rain. 3/10 overall by the end of Tuesday, and another 5 inches or so. Now here's where it kind of starts to get a little bit different. The further north we go, 2/10 of an inch on Titus, 5.5 inches of snow by the end of the weekend, and then this next little storm system, it looks like, going to be so that's 17 or about a foot of about a foot of snow. So that's looking more promising. Vienna is looking even better, 0.3 of an inch by the end of the weekend with 8 inches of snow. And then about a 1/2 inch of water with that next storm system coming through and bringing about a foot of snow. And then Banner Summit, looking 0.3. It's pretty similar to to Vienna Mine for both of those storms. So the take-home point is we are looking at more active weather. We're still kind of figuring out how much it's going to snow and when.